Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? Today we have to do question number 6, 7 of the book, exercise of the book, and question number 1 to 4 of the workbook. Okay, start question number 6. The diagram shows some apparatus that can be used to investigate what happens when a candle burns. The soda lime absorbs the carbon dioxide produced as the candle burns. Beta, this apparatus shows that this candle is burning, and as a result of the burning of candle, carbon dioxide and water vapors are formed along with the energy in the form of heat and light. This pump is pulling the gas being produced during the burning process, making sure that the gas passes through the soda lime. Now we have to answer the questions. Number 1. What job does the pump do? Why is this important? Beta, the pump pulls the gas being produced through the apparatus, thereby ensuring that the gas passes through the soda lime. Second, the candle is hydrocarbon. What does this mean? Beta, the answer is on page number 78. We know that candle is made up of a hydrocarbon called paraffin wax. Hydrocarbon means the candle is made up of hydrogen and carbon elements. Here, third, at the start of the experiment, a fine mist of tiny water droplets appear on the inside of the funnel. A. Where has this water come from? Beta, this water has come from the oxidation of hydrogen present in the hydrocarbon of the candle, that is paraffin wax. B. Explain why the water disappears soon after the experiment starts. Beta, the water disappears soon after the experiment starts because it evaporates. Number 4. Explain why the candle loses weight when it burns. Beta, candle loses weight. Melting of candle is a physical change, and as the candle burns, the chemical reaction is also happening. Carbon dioxide and water are produced and they dissipate in the environment. That's why candle loses its weight when it burns. Five. Suggest what will happen to the weight of the soda lime during the experiment. Beta, the weight of soda lime will increase. Explain your answer. Beta, it will increase due to the formation of sodium carbonate, which is a salt. Question number 7. Two students placed a lighted candle under a beaker and timed how long it took for the flame to go out. The experiment was repeated 3 more times. The students repeated the experiment with beakers of different sizes. Their results are shown in the table. Volume of beaker in centimeter cube. Time for the candle to go out in seconds. Beta, first of all, student take the volume of beaker 450 centimeter cube. And the time for candle to go out in second is first time 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 9 seconds, then again 9 seconds. Then he took beaker of volume 700 centimeter cube. In first attempt 15 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 seconds. Then again student took a beaker of volume 100 centimeter cube. The time for the candle to go out: first 18 second, second 20 second, third time 21 second, and fourth time it was 19 seconds. And when the students took a beaker of volume 1200 centimeter cube, the time for candle to go out in second: first attempt 25 seconds, second 23 seconds, third 26 seconds, fourth 26 seconds. Number 1. Explain why the students did the experiment more than once in each beaker. Beta, the students did the experiment more than once in each beaker to ensure accuracy and to get average value of the result. Number 2, work out the average times for the candle to go out in each beaker. Beta, you have to find out the average time. You know about the formula of average. Average is equal to sum of the quantities over number of the quantities. You have to add 8 plus 7 plus 9 plus 9 and then divide it by 4. The result will be 8.3. The result of this beaker will be, and the same way the time for the candle to go out, average time for the candle to go out in a beaker of 700 centimeter cube is 14.8, and for the beaker of 1000 centimeter cube is 19.5, and for the beaker of 1200 centimeter cube, the time for candle to average time for the candle to go out in second is 25 seconds. Here, number 3. Why was it important that students use the same candle for all the experiment? Beta, it was important that students use the same candle for all their experiments because different candles will burn at different rates. Question number part 4. Draw a line graph of the students' results and label the axis like this. Beta, I have drawn this graph for you. Here we should write along y-axis. We have taken the time for the candle to go out in seconds. One big box is equal to 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. And along x-axis we have taken the volume of beaker in centimeter cube. One big box is equal to 400 centimeter cube. This is 600 centimeter cube, 800 centimeter cube, 1000 centimeter cube, 1000 and 200 centimeter cube. Clear? Now we will draw the line graph like this. For a beaker of 750 centimeter cube, for a beaker of 450 centimeter cube, the average time for the candle to go out is 8.3. We will take it as 8. The point will come over there. And for the beaker of 700 centimeter cube, the time taken for the candle to go out is 14.8 seconds. We will take it as 15, and this point will come at there. And for a beaker of 1000 centimeter cube, the time taken for the candle to go out is 19.5. We will take it as 20. This is 100 centimeter cube beaker and time 20. The point will come there in the same way there. And this is the line graph for the results. Thank you. Okay student, now we have to start Workbook. Question number 1. State whether the following statements are true or false. Statement number 1. 20% of the air is carbon dioxide. That is false statement because the percentage of carbon dioxide in air is 0.03 to 0.04%. Number 2. Cooking food is a good example of an exothermic reaction because hot food can burn your mouth. Again, this is false statement. Cooking food is an example of endothermic reaction. Number 3. An endothermic reaction is a chemical reaction that gives out heat energy. This is again false statement. Exothermic reaction is a reaction that gives out heat energy. Number 4. Oxygen is released when limestone is heated to make lime. This statement is false because carbon dioxide is released when limestone is heated to make lime. Number 5. A synthesis reaction is when two different substances combine to make a single substance. This is true statement. Question number 2. Choose the correct option. First statement. What is the name of the compound formed when iron and sulfur are heated together? Option A. Iron oxide. B. Iron sulfate. C. Iron sulfide. D. Iron sulfide. The correct option is C. Iron sulfide. Statement number 2. The combustion in the human body is called option A. Inspiration. B. Expiration. C. Respiration. D. Restoration. Correct option is C. Respiration. Number 3. What is the name of a chemical reaction that needs to take in energy to keep going? Option A. Endothermic. B. Exothermic. C. Endothermic. D. Oxothermic. The correct option is A. Endothermic. Fourth statement. The chemicals involved in a chemical reactions are called option A. Inputs. B. Outputs. C. Products. D. Reactants. Beta, these are known as reactant. D option. Fifth statement. What is used to break down a compound during thermal decomposition? Option A. Heat. B. Light. C. Sound. D. Electricity. Correct option is A. Heat. Question number 3. Use these words to fill the gaps in the sentences. Words are compound, element, mixture, molecule. First statement is a dash of iron and sulfur can be separated with a magnet. Here, a mixture of iron and sulfur can be separated with a magnet. Number 2, a chemical substance that contains only one kind of atoms is called an element. Carbon dioxide is a compound because it has two different elements in it that cannot be easily separated. Number 4, in a compound, two or more atoms join together to form a molecule. Question number 4. These diagrams represent some elements, mixtures and compounds. This is diagram A. It shows two types of elements. This is B. It also shows chemical reaction C. One type of elements only. D. Compound. And this is diagram E. We have to answer which diagram shows an element. Diagram C shows an element. B a pure compound. Diagram D show a pure compound. C, a mixture of elements. Diagram A shows a mixture of elements. Number 2, A, which diagram represents an incomplete chemical reaction between two elements? Beta, diagram B show an incomplete reaction between two elements. Explain your answer. Beta, it is because the atoms have not combined completely. This diagram you can see that reaction is incomplete, atoms have not combined completely. Thank you.